Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always, and I'll start you off with an oracle card here just to dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries, the Rams out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous. Let's see what's going on, my guys. What do we got for the collective, please? What do we got for us Aries people? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries, please. Gods and Spirit team. There it is. Nice and quick. All right, so this is a big card about appearance, my friends. Now, this card has a lot of positives to it. It also has some little challenges, depending on the crowd that you're around. But generally, I feel like this is good Queen of Wands energy, and we'll go into all the detail and nuance of that before we do, though. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're interested in channel memberships, check the pinned comment down below. Let's get into it here, though. Enough of the promo. I just have to get that out. Now, when we see this woman, you see her, she's in that big poofy blue dress. She has the white wig on, and she is looking in a mirror in a room surrounded by various mirrors. So when I look at this card, obviously aesthetics and looks could be big. For some of you, this could speak of your self-confidence, okay? So whether your confidence is swelling, maybe your confidence is a little low when this card shows up as well. Maybe you're changing something about your looks. That could be a big thing with this card as well. But one thing that I always have to say is it could represent someone you're connected to that might be a little egotistical, that you might need to watch out for in the coming days and weeks. Notice all the mirrors, and I don't want to use a harsh word like narcissistic, but if the shoe fits, if there's anyone that fits that bill around you, Spirit could be highlighting it. But generally, to me, this is an extremely positive card of self-confidence. Okay, so hopefully you're not having issues about your confidence, or you're not waning confidence with something like it's drifting away. Let's just put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote for us. So let's get it going here. Let's get you 3 in the upright for Aries, my guides. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading while we get this deck together. And this is an energy that you might still want to watch out for in the coming days and weeks. Last week's reading was titled A Big Mistake. Whether it was an action you may have made, or a misjudgment, or even someone you're connected to, there was a big energy of someone miscalculating or a mishap in some form. So just be aware, energies could still bleed from week to week. But we're going to hope for something more positive this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get your 3 cards out. What do we got for Aries as we move towards the back end? Okay, yeah, all about your business, huh? All about the business when we got the Queen of Pentacles in position number 1. Beautiful energy to start. Let's get a couple more. Very sturdy, very stable. Let's get you 2 more. Thank you. We got some Leo energy here. So I was speaking about self-confidence. That's a big topic, or a big thing we can chat about when we're seeing a lot of Leo energy with strength in the center. Let's get one more and we'll really start to build this story out for you, my friends. All right. I'm leaning more positive here so far, my friends, because we got the 6 of Pentacles. Obviously, that could change as we progress through the story. Interesting how this is all playing out. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the intuitive stuff. Now, at first look, first glance, I look down here. Obviously, the first thing I always look at is the elements that we have in play. On the extreme ends, we have a lot of Pentacle energy. You might be about your business. You might be very money focused in this time, just knocking tasks off the list. Earth energy generally speaks about the outer world, not the inner so much. Of course, there could still be topics there, but huge money focus. So there might be a big focus on that. Okay, but let's go through one by one and we'll get a little more detailed. Position number 1, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now that could represent an earth sign that you're connected to. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Doesn't matter male or female. The Queen of Pentacles, to me, reminds me of Empress energy in its most heightened sense. So in its most positive, yes, this could represent blessings, abundance, fertility. This is a big card of motherhood and motherly connections. So this could be something extremely positive when we clarify. However, all cards are a double-edged sword. There's challenges attached to them sometimes. And with her, sometimes it could be a person that's a little stubborn, someone who's set in their ways. They don't want to shake things up. They're just set and comfortable with how things are going, or just stubborn. And another challenge that could be connected to earth energy is that it's not really movable. So we could be seeing energies that you've been contending with for a while. But yeah, there could be just that focus on the business and work things that could be linking in. In the center, this is where it gets a little more interesting. We get a little taste of fire. We have the Strength card. Now, you might be connected to Leo. Obviously, you don't have to be. And I always find this card extremely intriguing because it's angelic. It's a beautiful, positive energy. It speaks about someone's internal world. So where we have the external here, this is all about one's inner character, inner strength, determination, drive, things that are generally associated with fire signs when you look at their more positive attributes. So when we see strength, maybe it is something going on within you. The self-confidence is showing up once again, so you might need to really pay attention to that in this time. Strength can represent fighting one's own demons with love as opposed to brute force, so make sure you're being kind to yourself when this card shows up. Now, what are the challenges of the Strength card? Obviously, since it is connected to Leo energy, it could represent the ego in one form or fashion, right? Whether it's someone who's overly confident or someone that's a little egotistical. The Strength card could represent somebody caving on something. So something you may have been trying to stay away from, something you may have been trying not to do. This could represent reverting in some way in its biggest challenge. On the back end, let's keep it moving. We have the Six of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. I love whenever this one shows up because it's a card of equality. It's a card of balance. It's extremely charitable. It's very giving. So when this energy shows up, you might be wanting to give of your energy or your assets when we have the Six of Pentacles, right? Whether it's someone giving to you or vice versa. It can represent things in relationships as well when we talk about equality, equal situations, equal give and take and stuff like that. But when I see pentacle energy, I think of long-lasting monetary things as well. A big thing that we could think of, aside from the equality of the Six of Pentacles, is that it's my biggest card, or one of my biggest cards, of gift giving. So you might be wanting to gift somebody something. You might be extremely generous. Maybe you're going to receive a gift or a surprise. Even though I know it's not Aries season, we're moving into Libra. But this is extremely interesting to me. And at this time, once again, you might be hyper-focused on money, work things, or just things that you've been dealing with for quite a while. But I want to dive deeper on all of this action, Aries. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, we're going to get a good shuffle here, my friends. Reset this deck. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Queen of Pentacles here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's go in here on that Queen of Pentacles. And for new watchers, I'm an Aries myself, so let's see what messages you got for us. All right, Queen of Pentacles time. Let's go. Why is that Queen here? Thank you. Wow, big Leo energy here, my friends. We have the sun shining under the Queen of Pentacles. This, especially with the Empress energy, I always feel like the Queen of Pentacles is one of the biggest, most positive, abundant energies we could pick up in any kind of reading. The Sun card in its upright, yes, once again, another Leo card. So in this time, watch out for the self-confidence, whether it's being too confident or lacking confidence. This is Spirit giving you a little nudge, saying like everything's going to turn out fine. You're going to come out on top. Something is destined for success. I'm getting this huge energy of success, wins, victories right here up front. Now the Sun, it's not the most positive card in the tarot deck for no reason, right? This card is all about light, life, and love that shines down on us from Spirit. It's all the gifts that we receive. It's all that abundance and beauty. So whenever this shows up, even in reverse, I love this card. Other things we could be seeing when the Sun shows up under the Queen of Pentacles, the importance around mother figures, but you could be having revelations in regards to business, money, how you budget, things like that. But I'm just seeing generally overall for a lot of Aries, this is like blessed from spirit type of vibe, type of energy. So as an Aries myself, I'm excited to see this, the Queen of Pentacles with the Sun in the upright. Once again, the energy of huge success, wins, and victories in whatever might be ailing you, specifically with the Earth, since there might be things you've been dealing with for a while or you're trying to shake. If that's the case, you might be able to solve many things. There's so much success here, my friends. I would lean into this energy and I would claim it for sure. Let's keep moving over to strength, because we're getting so much energy here about the self. Okay, and if you're a Leo crosswatcher, I'm not trying to slight you or come at you sideways. It's just astrologically, fire signs in general, of which I am one. I'm not saying we're looked at as selfish, but we are concerned about the self in one way or another. Let's keep moving. And I can't say there's any selfishness here because we have a giving, charitable energy on the back end. So let's see why that strength card's in the mix. Hope I'm not offending anyone there. Let's see why strength is here. Thank you. Okay, yeah, you might need to take some sort of big action here and make a move, but I think you might know that already, my friends. We have judgment in the upright underneath strength. There might be something uncomfortable, whether it's a situation you're dealing with, whether it's an individual you're dealing with. You know what needs to be done. You know what action needs to be taken, okay? And if you don't, you will soon. Both of these cards on the bottom are cards of revelation. What needs to be done, what needs to happen. Both extremely angelic and very positive. So when I see strength underneath judgment, maybe you need to make a choice. Maybe you need to make a decision or a judgment call. It might take some character. It's not going to be easy. So for a portion of you, yeah, maybe it's an action, decision, choice that's going to be a little difficult or hard. But we're getting so many good signs here. And if that's not you, if this is the energy of someone you're linked to, I would expect some sort of big action here. Okay, I'm not going to say it's surprising or coming out of nowhere, because I think whoever's involved knows what needs to be done, knows what action. So it feels just big and powerful. And I'm liking it. It's almost flooring me, this energy that I'm feeling off of this spread. You don't often see me a little tongue-tied, and I'm getting that already because it's such a powerful energy. I would claim these, especially if you're up against the wall or you're dealing with confusion or anything like that. You know what needs to happen, you know what needs to be done and why. Let's keep moving over. Big action energy here. So let's see what that Six of Pentacles is about. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Loving it. All of these energies are just beautiful. Not getting red flags here. So if you're going through a tough time, this is a really, really positive sign and omen. So why is the Six of Pentacles in the mix for us Aries? Thank you. Wow. The gift energy is just here. Once again, whether it's natural gifts, whether it's leaning into your natural gifts, or someone gifts you with like an opportunity. I'm picking that up here intuitively on the back end. We have the Page of Cups in the upright, a big communicator. It's also about starting new. For a lot of Aries, you really should throw a lot of your energy into new paths, new endeavors, okay? I'm not, obviously it doesn't have to be representative of relationships in general, but putting energy into those things are very, very prominent. I'm still getting this gift energy, whether it's natural or otherwise. Page of Cups could also be a conversation or a talk. For some of you, I feel like Spirit's trying to speak to a lot of Aries, give you signs and symbols, synchronicity, saying, hey, do this, make it happen. Keep pushing towards it, okay? Like, don't ignore the signs. I feel like this is very important. Whether this is an important message from Spirit or an important message from somebody else that's like giving you the green light, like, hey, you got to make this happen. So this is very interesting to me, Aries, especially if there's something you've been thinking about or contending with for quite a while. It's here, black and white, in this spread. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, my friends, then we'll get into the shadow card. Loving the energy here, because as you can see, looking down at this spread, none of these are the red flag cards. None of these are the warning cards. But in position number one, we have one of the best alignments, Queen of Pentacles with the Sun in the upright. Now, there has been this thread that's been showing up since the very beginning about the ego or self-confidence, whether it's having confidence in yourself or confidence in a situation. But the Queen of Pentacles with the Sun, very revealing. So you might have revelations about things that you should do, where you should go, how you should handle things. But this is being successful in one form or another, specifically in work and money things. But there's just huge success, wins, and victories, and it's extremely powerful in the front end. Moving to the center, we have the Strength card with Judgment. Like I said, there might be something that you're a little uncomfortable with, whether it's an action that you know needs to happen, like deep down on the inside, you know what's right, you know what needs to be done. So whether it's a choice, a tough decision, it's extremely powerful, and it's time to make a move or time to take action. And I know as an Aries, I don't gotta tell you twice, but Spirit is nudging something along. Okay, like you know what needs to be done here. Moving to the very back end, we have the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Cups in the upright. Once again, Spirit might be trying to send you messages, important messages. Could be people that are giving you hints and clues about what you should do and where you should go. Specifically with things that have been building up for a long time, there's this energy of like taking the leap, embodying that full energy, and I really like it. This could be a gift of some sort. So whether Spirit's highlighting your natural gifts, leaning into those, or somebody just giving you a surprise of some kind. It's beautiful here. So please take a screenshot, Aries. I'm going to get you a shadow card. Very, very lovely type of energy this week. So let's see what's in the shadows for you now. And yes, my friends, I always like to pull this at the end of every reading. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. Just look within, whether it's something within ourselves, whether it's something we don't quite see or don't know all the angles of. A shadow card is always an interesting cherry on top of the reading. So let's get you one here. Let's see what's in the shadows for Aries. Please and thank you. Okay, Knight of Swords, the action energy. You know what needs to happen. Okay, like we're getting action on action on action now as we get this in the shadows. So for a portion of you Aries, pardon me, Knight of Swords, air sign energy. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You might have dealings with one. They may have left a scar on you in one way or another when this shows up as a shadow card. But it's all about action and doing the right thing. Knowing what needs to be done and doing the right thing. Not waiting. Because out of all the Knights, this is the fastest one. The fastest moving one. It's shooting off towards something like a rocket. This is go get it type of energy. And it links in with what we were seeing throughout this whole entire reading. You know what needs to happen. Okay? And if something pops up this week, if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, you will. And you're just going to intuitively know what you need to do and what needs to happen when this card shows up. Now, this card can also be a little bit of a warning about aggression. That's a card of conflict sometimes, always ready to go to war. Spirit might be telling you, like, listen, no conflict necessary. You don't have to battle. You don't have to go to war. Not everyone's your enemy. So do with that what you will, my friends. I'll digest that myself. But that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.